Alright guys, today we're going to be looking at the Stihl Ms171 compact chainsaw. This is a great little chainsaw. I'm going to give you an overview of it, show you how it runs, show you how to work it, and if you want to buy this, check in the description below. I've got a link to where you can look at this chainsaw and get it for a pretty good price. Alright, so let's get started. Alright guys, so operating this chainsaw is pretty dang simple. Very similar to pretty much every other chainsaw you've got on the market. So what you've got is you've got your bar oil and your gas. So just like most small engines, this takes mixed gasoline. So this right here, mixed gasoline, comes in all different colors. This happens to be yellow. I've seen it in red, blue, green, all different kinds of colors, but it usually has some kind of color indicator to tell you that it's actually mixed and not straight gas. This actually looks pretty much like straight gas, so not the best color option to go with. So to put that in, you simply pop this top right here, pour your gasoline in. I'm not going to do it because it's already full, and put this guy back on. That means you got fuel and you're good to go. So once you got fuel, you got to make sure that you have that you got bar oil. So bar oil is what lubricates the chainsaw chain as it rotates. This allows or decreases friction and allows everything to go much more smoothly. So that is going to be this guy right here, and so I'm going to pull that out, and so it looks like it's about half empty. So you want to make sure that's full when you're using it as well. So bar oil comes in these, it comes in gallon jugs, it comes in smaller containers, but you got to make sure, it almost looks like honey actually. It's pretty thick, pretty gooey stuff. Basically it just keeps everything lubricated and running smoothly. So that's going to be your bar oil. So once you're sure that both of these are full, you got to make sure that your chain brake isn't on. So chainsaws have a safety mechanism that actually locks the chain. So when this lever here is pushed forward, the chain locks. So I can't rotate this chain at all. When it's pulled back, then the chain rotates. This is so that if you're cutting a log and the chainsaw jumps back at you like this, what happens is your hand knocks this, which then locks the blade, and so it doesn't cut your face in half. So that's actually a pretty cool option, but a lot of people will sit there trying to run their chainsaw not realizing that their chain brake is on, and that's why their chain won't move. So once you've got those clear and your chain is actually loose, you don't usually have to check that, but if you feel like it's bogging down or like it's not moving, then that's probably it. Then you've got your choke. So choke comes in a lot of different ways on a lot of different machines. On this one, the choke is on the back here by the on-off switch. So hopefully you can see this. What you got here is a 3-position switch. So all the way up is stop or shut off. In the middle is run, and then all the way down is choke. But you can't put the choke on without pulling the trigger in and then pushing it down. That allows you to put the choke on, which allows the engine to start much easier. So choke's on. So once you got the choke on, then you want to pull it a couple times. That usually primes it pretty well, and you can usually hear sometimes it'll start on choke, sometimes it won't. It really depends on the machine. And then once it's on there, you're going to click it up into the run position, and that will allow it to run smoothly. And then obviously if you want to turn it off, you flip it all the way up. So those are the basic runs. So let's get this started so I can show you how to start this thing. Gonna put it down into choke. There we go. Now I've got it in run. And you can see when I put the brake on like this, the chain won't move. When I pull it off, Alright, so that's how you start it. Another thing to check is that your chain is loose enough to run. Sometimes people will tighten these chains down to the point where they're too tight and the engine bogs down just trying to run. To loosen the chain on these is pretty simple. All you do is you loosen this nut here, and you'll notice there's a little screw with a little plus sign. So you're going to turn that screw. That is what's going to tighten or loosen the chain on your chainsaw. That's pretty universal. Some of these will have 2 nuts that you have to loosen to tighten and loosen the chain. Some will have 1, like this one only has 1. And sometimes the tensioner bolts, because that's what it is, it's a little tensioner bolt, will be on the underside or on the top. But whatever it is, there's going to be one of these that allows you to tighten the chain. So you can see here the chain on this is actually a little bit loose. So before I really start using this, I'm definitely going to tighten this chain up a little bit, because otherwise what can happen is the chain will jump the track, and the chain will just fall off on the side, and then you got to take this cover off, and it's kind of a pain in the neck. It's really not a big deal. It doesn't hurt anything, but it's definitely not something you want to mess with unless you have to. The final thing to be aware of on chainsaws is the air filter. So people will run them, and what'll happen if the air filter's clogged, it'll start to bog down, especially when you put the throttle on. So on this one, the air filter's on the back here. So you're gonna pull this little lever out, that pops this whole cover off, and right here is your air filter. So you can just check this, you can see that it's real nice and clear. This is a brand new chainsaw, like I said, but I've had it where I pulled this off and this just looks like mud. And so what you usually want to do is you want to replace the air filter if you can. If you can't replace it, you can brush it off. I usually try to knock it off on the side of the truck, do something like that. And if I happen to have a compressor nearby, I'll blow it from the inside out. So you never blow these in, but you can blow the air out. So when you use like a compressor, you're going to blow the air from the part of the air filter that faces the engine outwards. That allows you to clear it out. And again, this is not a permanent fix. To clear the air filter, you want to replace the air filter when it gets clogged like that. But if you're on a job site and you got to use it, you can clear the air filter. That'll allow you to run a little bit longer and get the day done. Last thing I'm going to mention is the spark plug. Usually you don't have to mess with the spark plug too much. Those are pretty foolproof, but sometimes on older machines, the spark plug can go bad. So, if you can't start it, that's something to check. But that's more of a maintenance side, and I can do a video on that. I can do a video on like basic maintenance stuff for these small engines if you guys would like. If that's something you would want, put that in the comments below, and I'll try to get to that as soon as I can. Other than that, that is the Stihl Ms171 chainsaw. Great little chainsaw. If you like this chainsaw, you want to buy this, check in the description below. I'm gonna have a link to where you can purchase this for a good price. Otherwise, that's all I got for you today. So great talking to you, and have a great day.